Hello, I'm the Shasta One, and you have not heard from me in a while. It is now mid-January, January 20th in fact. It is 17 degrees Fahrenheit outside. That's -8 for those of you with reasonable temperature scales. And I'm going to try to run 14 miles on trails after it has snowed. I've been snowed in all week, and it's gotten above freezing, just barely, on Thursday when the snow started falling last Sunday. It is now Saturday. Maybe most of it has boiled off, like the streets have gotten a little clearer. It's still a little slick on the drive here. But anyway, I've got a trip to Breckenridge next month, and I want to make sure that I have a little bit of snow running going. So here we go, trails. So we got 6 inches of snow last Sunday, and that's not exactly a common thing around here. I think it's about 15 centimeters for those of you outside the US. It pretty much brought the city to a standstill for the past week. It is now the following Saturday. So this is the 6th day of this snowmageddon we got over here, you know, by southern US standards. And I've not missed a day of running thanks to trail shoes and running on pavement. But that's not enough. So I've decided I gotta put them to the test on actual snowy trails. Let's do it. Regardless of the conditions, I like this opening mile on pavement. That's a little introduction for what I'm doing for the day. Kind of warm me up for the actual trails themselves. And as you can see, it's really not bad. This is pavement so far. So here's my first look. We're about a mile in, just entering the trails. And look at that, there's already been people through here. Also quite a few deer. I just feel like the ice is going to be more predictable on this style of terrain versus the black ice that I'm going to find on the sidewalks and streets closer to downtown. So hopefully this is an enjoyable experience. See that deer? Started with a couple of them so far. It's one of those rare days where they get to take over the trail. And I'm the real interloper here. Beautiful. You know, I haven't really talked about my 2024 goals on YouTube yet, at least. Last year I ran 2,200 miles, broke the 4-hour marathon mark, dropped that again to a 3:42, ran my first 50K. So what's next? What's my natural progression to 2024? Well, I have a few goals lined up. I want to run a sub 20-minute 5K. I'm close. 20:49 is my recent best. But I'm not going to train for that. I'm hoping that kind of just happens as I train for my longer races this year. Signed up for the Caney Fork 50K in Sparta, Tennessee. That I'll be running with my sister. That'll be her first 50K, her first ultra. I'm really excited for that. She might kick my butt because from what I can tell, she's a natural at this, where I'm just kind of stubbornly marching forward into it. And if that 50K goes well, I like to run sub 6:30 on a very challenging course. Later on in the year, I'd like to do my first 50 miler. I think that'd be really exciting. Anyway, those are my goals for this year. Maybe a 3:30 marathon, who knows? You know, out here I remember why I do this. Grounded, present, and full of purpose. At least when I have a race to train for. That feels really nice. A lot of new down trees on the trail since I was last out here. But maybe as a result of the ice. It got pretty windy in the days prior to the snowstorm as well, so that may have something to do with it. 70-mile-per-hour gusts. Fallen tree number 3. We're about 4 miles in. The 4th mile was actually a little gnarly. It was mostly just packed ice, not dirt, not snow. So, no filming. Just wanted to focus on keeping my feet. Now it seems like it's cleaned up a little bit. Quite a bit, actually. Hopefully it stays that way. But I'm loving this, bro. Thankfully, this stretch of road, it's a very brief part of the trail, because this is the exact stuff I'm trying to avoid. See how slick that is? That is like ice strength quality. Fortunately, we're going under this creepy bridge. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice ice cold water crossing. Let's see if I can navigate this without getting my feet wet. Oh, easy peasy, bro. I didn't need a video for that. Well, I'm right at about the turnaround point, and you can see the occasional footprint in the snow out here. People print, I should say. But out here it's mostly me and the deer. I keep scaring them. Am I really that scary? Look how interesting and immaculate this looks. And I'm just gonna ruin it. Well, more than halfway done now. Back to heavy snow cover. This back part of the course is understandably not very well maintained. I feel like usually only bikers and long distance runners come back here. Not your casual Wolf River Trail day hiker. I guess we're all day hikers out here. It's not that long of a course, come on. You know what I mean. But yeah, just gonna try to not get lost because the trail's a little thin in places. You know, running almost feels like a waste. It's just so beautiful out here right now. Seen a lot of deer prints, just saw some rabbit prints. I think raccoon prints back there. It might have been like a house cat with some weird toes, who knows? Maybe like chupacabra prints. We are not alone. You know, I mentioned it earlier, but I guess I got the time to elaborate on my next grand adventure. I mentioned earlier I'm doing the Caney Fork 50K. That's out in Sparta, Tennessee. That's like East Central Tennessee. And my previous 50K, the Walkin' Tall, at Big Hill Pond State Park, that was also a 50K. And it featured, let me see if I can still remember, something like 3,000, 4,000 feet of elevation changes. Well, Caney Fork is a mile up and a mile down. Pure vertical distance. 1.6 kilometers is that, I believe, up, but then the same down. So, it is more of my biggest weakness when it comes to ultra running. So I'm looking forward to challenging myself again. That's March 23rd. That is just over 2 months away. It's coming quick. Well, RIP Cardinal. I guess I could talk about something important for winter running while I'm out here, which is layering. So basically, the key is you want to dress for how you're gonna feel about 10 minutes into the run. So in winter weather like this, you actually want to step out of your car or out of your house a little cold, because you're gonna warm up, obviously, so heart rate goes up as you go through those opening miles. You don't want to be sweating, or sweating too much anyway, because, well, that's gonna be cold, it's moisture, it's gonna wick further heat from your body. And say, especially if you're out here on the trails, you have like a medical emergency, you don't want to rely on the movement of you running to keep you warm. You have to have some layers out here to protect you. What I'm trying to say is it's a delicate balance that you only learn from experience, I think. So, a good rule of thumb, when it's particularly cold, you want to have a loose insulating layer on the inside, and then some like light moisture resistant fabric on the outside. Today I'm kind of breaking my own rule a bit with this hoodie on top of a tech t-shirt, but frankly we've been snowed in for the past week and my washer drain is frozen, so I can't do laundry. So I'm just working with what I got. It's something, so a little bit of do as I say, not as I do. For running purposes, it's easiest for me to think of clothing on a 10-degree scale. That's Fahrenheit, that is. Where like everything 50 degrees and above, that's all t-shirt and shorts. 40 to 50, long sleeve t-shirt and shorts. Into the 30s, tights start becoming important. I'll probably throw some gloves on as well. And then 20s is about what I'm wearing here. A couple layers of long sleeves, tights, leggings if you're into that, and a pair or two of gloves, depending on how thick your gloves are. And a beanie's nice. And a balaclava or a gaiter if you have it. Protect your neck, as Wu-Tang says. Gotta do Bedpan Alley in the snow. Look at that. That's just human responsibility. Not a single patch of yellow snow in sight. Not with all these bedpans around. You'd love to see it. That's just some civic mindfulness. You know, 14 miles can feel like a long time. And I can get impatient sometimes, like I just was back there. And now I was just thinking, like, I'm gonna be reminiscing about this run. Like, a snow trail run. That's something I've never done before. So, I might as well enjoy the moment that I'm in. Because, give it a month or two, and I'll be like, damn, remember that time? It was 17 degrees out. Your face was frozen. How much fun that was? And it is fun. It's a lot of fun. Welcome to like the worst case scenario. That's just all ice. Woo! Yeah. Forget walking on this trash. Excuse me, forget running on this trash. Walking's about all I got. And at least it was a short stretch. Back to it. You know, going back to the subject of layering real quick, it is probably now up to the low 20s Fahrenheit. So that'd be like -8, -7, I think -7 Celsius. And I'm totally comfortable. Like, about 12 miles in, and I think I layered good for this one. No numb fingers, can't feel the cold on my stomach, legs, head is comfortable, not sweaty, not cold, just kind of nailed it, yeah! One more mile, and I'm a little sad, because now I don't want this to end. My legs are still feeling fresh, and I'm enjoying a beautiful day. But all things must come to an end, and I am looking forward to the warm torta cubana, and maybe some hot chocolate, and a Mexican Coke after this. That all sounds really freaking good. Onward to the finish. So how would I rate winter trail running in Memphis, Tennessee, USA? It beats the hell out of running in the summer, I'll tell you that much. I mean, traction's not too bad on the snow. It's really not much more difficult than if this was just dirt, to be honest. Same kind of uncertain footing that demands your attention. The cold's nothing if you dress well, as I've said before. Oh, and it sure beats sweating in the infinite humidity that we get around here in the American South. So, 5 thumbs up. I would do this again. And in fact, maybe I will. Here's my rating system for today's trail run. Trails, great. Snow, great. Running on trails that are snowy. Double, 3 times maybe, quadruple times great, pretty great. Being hungry, not great. Solving that hunger, great. Overall day, I'll let you guess.